This one involves a little bit of crowd participation. How's everyone feel about that? Yeah? All it is just going to say one very, very simple line which appears throughout the piece. And it's probably my most poetic, brilliant line I've ever written. Right? And it goes, yeah, yeah, sick, yeah. Right? Right? Do you think you can manage that? So, do you reckon you can do it, yeah? It says, yeah, yeah, sick, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Amazing. All right, this is called Creatine. This is dedicated to anyone that went to a college in the early 2000s and did one of those shitty, pointless qualifications that don't exist anymore. Like I did. Anyway, right, this is called Creatine. The air in the college canteen is thick with testosterone, like a pea soup mixed with a tub load of creatine powder. My best mate Richard, Mo, Gareth and me are all sat around a table on which sit several empty Coke cans and a whole load of sweetie wrappers, the contents of which are not digesting in my stomach. They're lodged in between the train tracks and rubber band contraptions that make my mouth look like an aerial shot of a 25-car pile-up on the M1. We're all students here, studying GMVQs, yet none of us knows what it stands for. And there's not a great deal of studying going on, because there's a pool table and a Time Crisis arcade machine in the canteen, and an alleyway round the back of college where we smoke weed, getting hot rock burns on our hoodies, identified by the colour of the stripes on our Reebok classics, regularly comparing notes on who got kicked in, who got fingered, and who got what robbed when they were silly enough to put on a house party when their parents went away for the weekend, inviting what were the popular kids back in year 11 at school, until the choice between college and sixth form redefined the social hierarchies, and now here we all are, unlikely ever to pursue careers in IT or leisure and tourism, but we're all doing the course. Wearing a grubby white nightcap, Mo is talking about Tupac. Now, I love music. I like hip-hop, but I don't have MTV. I don't know that many of Tupac's tunes. And I know for a fact that my best mate Richard knows fuck all. And I know that he knows that I know. He has 7 CDs in his collection, and most of those are now compilations. He buys them every Christmas with the W.H. Smith vouchers he gets from his nan. And the only CD in that malnutrition collection of his that even comes close to Tupac is a CD single of Boom Shake the Room by Will Smith. Yet despite that, every time Mo mentions a particular Tupac track, Gareth, Richard, and me all chime in unison with the well-rehearsed chorus of, yeah, yeah, sick, yeah. We don't ask questions, dear. We just agree. Gareth takes a large thick swig on his Coke can and swirls it around his mouth, letting out a large burp that I can smell, and it smells of McDonald's cheeseburgers. He then reaches down into his World Dance record bag and pulls out the latest copy of Max Power magazine, skimming through the pages until he lands on the featured article of a souped-up maroon Vauxhall Cavalier with possibly the biggest exhaust I have ever seen. It's full bore, says Gareth. Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. Gareth then goes on to tell us about his older brother's Ford Capri, which has got a 2-litre engine, lower suspension, and a dump valve. Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. I don't even know what a dump valve is. Now Mo is telling us about his cousin's Clio, which has got a Kenwood subwoofer installed in the back of the boot, just like the name on the back of Gareth's black bomber jacket. Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. Hold on. Richard's now talking. He's saying he's rewired the stereo in his car. Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. No, he hasn't. All he's done is change the default radio setting from Radio 2. Because it's not his car. It's his mum's Nissan Micra. And now he's talking about some sick new garage tape he got from a Garage Nation tape pack, EZ and MC Dapper. Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. It's not a tape pack. He taped it off Kiss 100 because I told him to. It's got bare dub plates, he says. Bare dub plates? Since when did Richard talk like that? Yeah, yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. No, 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 yeah. He's not worthy of the yeah, yeah, sick, yeah. He's talking absolute bollocks. But oh no, he doesn't stop. He continues. His mouth opens and words come out. Oi, boys, he says. I heard this sick new tune on the radio this week. It's by Travis. Like a sound system limiter kicking in, the conversation peaks. Then with an ear-splitting frequency, it suddenly cuts out. And we're left with no sound. And that silent moment quickly becomes a fast-moving dark cloud about to shroud us all in shadow when we begin to twitch, ready to whip out Nokia pay-as-you-go phones to distract ourselves from ourselves. What? Says Gareth. Travis, I'm thinking, shit, Rich, what have you just gone and done? I can't look at him. But I notice Gareth has this angry stare. My mouth is wide open, revealing the mangled Weapon X spectacle that is my teeth. Mo shimmies in his seat, but then Richard speaks again. You know, that tune on the radio by Travis, it's sick, yeah? Yeah? Richard pauses and stares at the empty Coke cans on the table. Mo pulls out his phone, but Gareth doesn't let it go. Travis, what, like the indie band with guitars and that? Don't those mugs back in sixth form listen to that? Now, I quite like some indie bands. I do listen to a lot of guitar music, but unless I'm talking to my dad, I tend to keep that quiet. I know I don't have MTV. I do know one or two of Travis's tunes. My little sister quite likes them. She's probably gonna go to sixth form. So I decide to throw Richard a rope. Well, more like a shoelace. What track is it, Rich? I say, I don't know, he says. I think it's called like Twist or something. And I notice his eyes open up a little bit, as if he sensed a small slice of hope. Then out of nowhere, Mo suddenly looks up from playing Snake on his phone and lets out an involuntary turn. Yeah, turn, that's it, that's the one, says Richard, sitting up a little straighter now. Surprisingly, Mo is right. There is a track by Travis called Turn. I've heard that track. Quite like that track. It's all right. Yeah, I've heard that track, Rich. Quite like that track. It's all right. Yeah, I've heard that track too, says Mo. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right, says Richard. And then all the attention slowly turns to Gareth, who takes a brief but considered moment before he speaks. Hold tight. Does it go turn, 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 Yeah! Yeah. I've heard that track. It's all right. It's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, that track's sick. Yeah, it's sick, says Mo. Yeah, really sick, says Richard. Yeah, sick, yeah, we all say. And for a brief and beautiful moment, all the bravado that exists between us becomes like bubbles being blown by children at a summer garden party. And that moment feels like my dad's big hand rubbing my hair when I first fell off my bike and I realised everything was going to be all right. Until another dark cloud threatens to rain on the children's party in the garden. And the conversation is then very carefully manoeuvred to DJ Hype and Kenny Ken and who our favourite jungle MCs were. And before I know it, we're back to talking about cars again. And I'm back to agreeing on things I know nothing about and could well be complete bullshit. And probably is bullshit. And speaking of bullshit, Richard's bullshitting again. He's saying he's getting 17-inch alloy wheels fitted to his mum's Nissan Micra, which he fails to mention to the rest of the boys, has got a National Trust sticker on the back window. Yeah, sick, yeah. We all say, including me, thank you very much for listening. Nice one.